Hey, good evening. Um, so this is a big one I get a lot, and this is not something I get online as much, like through Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, but it's something I get in person a lot because I'm here in Gokulam. I mean, I'm not in Gokulam, but I go to Gokulam a lot when the season's going on, and I know a lot of people, so people are always asking me about this, if I've fully become Indian, and how integrated India is into my life. Well, I'm going to say this. I've been doing a lot of sadhanas, spiritual practice involving mantras and stuff that shift your perspective. Some that clear out your old stagnant energy. Some that clear out, let's say it this way, the cobwebs in your brain, because we get stuck on a pattern and we stay there because it's easy, it's comfortable. And some of them clear that out. Most of them, all of them do a little bit different thing, but almost every one of them has some component that cleans out the emotional baggage. Now, what do I mean by that? What do I mean by that is emotions that we've held on to for so long and kept as our own, and buried deep inside of our bodies. So they become uh, they, they cause problems the whole time, but the problems at a certain point begin to get worse because the emotional baggage is so big and weighs so much that we cannot carry it on our own, and so it starts to come out, and we start to have these outbursts like a volcano when they reach 600 or 700 years old, and all of their emotions have been buried for hundreds of years. They get this outburst of emotion. During these processes, and yes, each one is very intense and very different, and when you're doing Pratyangeta sadhana, Pratyangeta is, I just read a post that someone shared and said she is cruel and intense. It described her in many, many ways. She's not cruel in a way that she wants to hurt you, but she's cruel in a way that she doesn't mind hurting you if hurting you gets rid of your bullshit, because she doesn't want your bullshit to be stuck there, because that's not helping you, it's not helping her, it's not helping the universe, it's not helping God, it's not helping the earth. So from doing all of these, I thought I have become fully Indian. And then uh, maybe 2 years back, I've been living here for over 3 years now, at Guruji's place. I've been coming to India and kind of half living here, half of each year since 2014. So I know a lot about the stuff. I don't fully know the language, which a lot of people complain about. I'm not really, I'm good at languages, but I'm not good at, well, that's not the point of this video, so why am I going to talk about that? So what I have discovered is the more of the bullshit that came from my growing up, came from my life, that I buried inside me, that I'm cleaning out, the more that's getting cleaned out of my subconscious, out of my conscious, out of my physical body, out of my energetic body, the more I find a stronger connection to my Americanness, which is very weird for me, because when I was in the US and living there for so long, mostly there for 46 years. I mean, I traveled a little bit, and I'd come to India 4 times by then, 3 times, 4 times by then. I always was very poo-pooing my US-ness, the heritage, not the heritage, but the stuff that I inherited from growing up there in St. Louis area, in Illinois and St. Louis, Missouri. But what I've done now is I realize the pieces of me that came from there that still have a connection to the parts of me that are still very much from that place, I'm really okay with. And I don't mind at all having them. One of them being, I really like hot showers and the convenience of having hot water all the time, which people who are not from Europe or America will not understand that it is a thing in many parts of the world. Or the people that are from those places who don't travel to these kind of places like Southeast Asia and to smaller cultures that have not fully developed in a certain way. Having hot water is not always a thing. We have it here, but we have a bucket bath. And I don't like taking a bucket bath. I'm really good at it now. I've had a lot of practice. I do know how to get every corner clean. I do use a washcloth for that because it does help. When I've noticed everyone here doesn't use those things, and I use it, it does help me a lot. And I like the shower. I wanted to have a hot water shower, which they don't always have an unlimited supply of water here. So having a shower is not always great for a lot of places, but I'm okay without it. I can do fine without it. It doesn't make me not want to, it doesn't bother me so much that I won't come back. And I get clean twice a day and I have all my things, you know, with that. Another thing is, I don't know, a bed, I'm okay. Well, I can sleep anywhere now. And after coming to India so much and I had slept in so many different types of rooms on so many different types of mattresses, I can sleep almost anywhere, which is really phenomenal. So that's very much more Indian, because a lot of Indians can sleep just about anywhere. They can sleep in a crowded room with all the lights on. That I can't do. Crowded room, maybe with all the lights on, no. Sound doesn't bother me as much because of being here. So the hot water thing, what's the other thing? I listed the other day a couple things that really I'm okay with having the convenience of. Oh, washing machine. I am absolutely terrible at hand washing things. I don't enjoy it. I actually can say with the fullness of my being, I hate it. I hate doing it. It makes me angry to have to do it. It makes me angry while I'm doing it. It makes me angry knowing that fuck, tomorrow morning I have to get up and do washing because I need this thing cleaned or I need that thing cleaned. Now I've been in Europe a lot, more than America, and most Europeans don't have dryers. Where I teach in Frankfurt has a dryer. So I get full complete satisfaction with all of my US Americanness from there. Because I love to fully wash stuff in warm water, not cold water, which is mostly here, they wash it in cold water. And hand wash it in cold water. And I like to dry it because then it tightens the garment back up. Now, the drying takes a toll on the fabric, but it also, the heat from the dryer cleans it more, gets all of the bacteria, kills everything in it. So I really like that. But if there's no dryer, I'm okay with it as long as the washing machine's there. Now here, most washing machines always use cold water, which doesn't always get everything clean. But at least it gets the dirt out and everything. I have to do it so long and soak things, and it's just such a long process. I love to put stuff in the washing machine and go do other things. I can clean the house, I can clean my room, I can do, shave, trim my beard, cut my hair. I can do all kinds of things. Read, listen to music, dance. I can do all kinds of things while the washing machine's doing its job. But we don't have one here, so I don't get to use that. So those two things are the biggest thing. And I don't mind, and I'm not going to be upset that I have these complaints. I'm not complaining, really, because I'm okay with everything in my life the way it is. It's not something that I need to be happy. But if I want a perfect, ideal situation, I would have a hot water shower right now. I'm thankful and grateful that I have hot water. That makes me happy and feel good. but I would like to have a shower, and I would love to have a washing machine. That's what I want. Those aren't the only things. There are little things here and there. But what I'm saying is, the point of me saying all this has nothing to do with those two specific things, has mostly to do with I'm very now okay with the parts of me that are attached to certain things that come from the West, come from Europe, come from America, that I'm okay with. Where before I would always say, oh, I'm not, I don't, I complain so much. I still complain, but I don't complain as much, and I don't complain about the things that I can't change, that I've made peace with. When you make peace with something, that doesn't mean you're just okay with it and you hope it changes. That means it's this way, I'm going to embrace it, it's got to be okay because it's this way. And right at this point in my life, I can't change it, whether I can afford it or can't afford it or whatever I can't change it, so what's the point? So I'm going to say I mostly have integrated a lot of living in India into my being. And yes, that feels great and I enjoy it. And it's made me different. One of my friends, who's also a student of mine at times, told me the other day I'm so much softer with him. And I'm going to say that the sadhanas I have been doing have smoothed off the hard edges in my personality that used to bump up against things. Now the smoothness allows those things to just slide off. And it's not always the case, but it's most of the time the case. So that's one place where there could be more improvement, but it's not something. I'm very grateful for where I am because it's a good place to be. I'm okay with it being where it is because I feel better. It feels good not to be irritated and bothered by everything. It's really a nice thing to feel. So that's a little bit of my story and a little bit of my integration into this life. And so that's all I got. I got to go do some temple work. If you heard the temple bell, that means it's openings for the evening. So we have a homa tonight. We have all these things to do. And we were busy today at a wedding reception. So we're back and okay, I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.